Learn to crochet with Potter and Bloom.
So today I'm going to do a tutorial on this really pretty crossed bow stitch. So if you see, what's quite nice about this one is as you go back and forth in the rows, you get a definitely different look. Oh, a definitely different look. You get a definitely different look on each row because of the way that you're going, and I think it looks really nice. I think it has a really nice effect. It's slightly ridged. It's very easy. It's just repeating row 2 over and over again. And if you'd like to see how to make crossed bow stitches, which I have to tell you as well, really stretchy. Yay. Keep watching. So for the crossed bow stitch, we chain in multiples of 2. So I've chained 20 here, and once you have chained to the number of stitches that you'd like, then you just add 3. Okay, so multiples of 2 and then add 3. So the first thing that we're going to do is we're going to skip the first 2 stitches and go in to the 3rd stitch, and we're going to pull up a loop. I'm using a blue hook and blue yarn. Very clever, Emma. We're then going to insert our hook into the next stitch and pull up a loop there as well. Okay, so you've got 3 loops on your hook. Yarn round hook and through 2, yarn round hook and through 2. Okay, chain 1, and then we go into the next stitch and we do it all over again. Pull up a loop into the next stitch, pull up a loop, yarn round hook through 2, yarn round hook through 2, chain 1, into the next stitch, pull up a loop, into the next stitch, pull up a loop, yarn round hook through 2, yarn round hook through 2, chain 1, mind out of the way, Mr. Blue yarn. This is one of the videos, so we just carry on doing that all the way along, okay? This is one of the videos that I recorded last week or the week before, when I realised, when I came to edit them, I realised that I hadn't had the microphone switched on. Very frustrating. But I'd actually done it that time using some Noro variegated yarn, and it didn't show the stitch off actually to its best advantage. So I thought that I would do it in this nice bright blue jersey yarn. I think it's Rico cotton jersey. It's very nice, and I thought it would look nice with this stitch. Oh no, I was gonna treble that. I was going to treble that stitch. No, I don't want to be doing that. So, yeah, keep going. I am in the middle of the school holidays at the moment still. I think it's the beginning of August, so I've still got 4 weeks to go. And I'm trying to get as much work done, as much recording done at the weekend as I can. So yeah, it's not ideal, I have to say. So we get to the end and we've got 1 stitch remaining. Can you see that? Look, get out of the way, blue yarn. Let's pop you on the floor. Yeah, you've got 1 stitch remaining. In that last stitch, we're going to do a half treble. So yarn round hook into the stitch, pull up that loop, yarn round hook and through all 3. And that is your first row. Quite pretty, isn't it? Now we're going to chain 2 and turn. So now what we're going to do is insert our hook under this first chain one. If you look, that's that chain one space, and pull up a loop. Then we're going to go into the next chain one space, which is here. If you turn your work around, it's a bit easier to see which ones are the chain one spaces. When you're looking from this side, it can be a bit trickier, but just go in there and do exactly the same thing. Okay, chain one. But now what we do is we do our first pull up in the same place as the last pull up from the previous round, okay, which is this one here. So we do our first pull up, then we do our second pull up, through two, chain one. Okay, so first pull up in the last one that we worked, second pull up, through two, chain one. Okay, so you've got something like this. Yarn round in there. No, not yarn round. What am I talking about? Chain one. Pull up a loop. Pull up a loop. Chain one. So it's a little bit like the fancy A stitch that we did a while back, where you're going into, oops, when you're going into the gap where a previous stitch was worked first. Your last pull up will be under your turning chain, okay? So you do that, chain one, and then you do a half double crochet in the turning chain as well, but in the top of the turning chain. So you get a half double crochet at both ends, and chain two, and then you repeat. So I think this shows, oh, what's happened to my yarn? It's got all, I threw it on the floor in a little temper tantrum, and now it's all tangled up. It is showing its fury, and this is what it looks like. They look like crossed bows, obviously why it's called a crossed bow stitch. Emma. Right, let's do another row with you. So we've chained two, and then we go into that first chain one space and pull up a loop, into the second one, pull up a loop, and then just work it as if it was a treble. Chain one, into the last loop worked, into the next loop, work as if it was a treble, chain one, into the last loop, into the next loop, chain one. Get a bit more of an idea of what it's going to look like, don't you? It's a really pretty stitch, very stretchy, which is handy. Maybe it's this yarn that's stretchy. It's very stretchy yarn indeed. It's lovely. I'm not a fan of yarn that doesn't stretch. I find it a bit difficult to work with. Yeah, so this one's lovely. Chain one. That's it, you just repeat this row. Oops, I was going to treble that. chain 1, whoops, chain 1, then we go underneath the turning chain, chain 1 and a half treble into the top of that turning chain. Okay, and that is how you do the crossbow stitch. They're pretty, aren't they? I really like this stitch. In fact, I think I might have an idea of what I'm going to use it for. Yeah, I hope that that was useful. Thank you so much for watching, and yeah, oh, I love that. I'll see you in the next video. Bye.
See you on the next video.